ask everyone to rate themselves on a scale of 1 to 10. So let's do that.
10.
Kiko, so okay, we'll start with you. Go ahead.
10.
A fat fucking 10.
A fat fucking 10?
I said what I said, and I meant what I said.
Okay.
Period.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
10. Answer
Were
stays the same.
Were you a 10 last time?
Yeah, I was a 10 last time.
Billy.
I'm a 6.7.
Dude, why the fuck would you ever say something like that?
Physically or overall?
Oh, I'm factoring everything in.
I feel like you could improve on
Toasty, I know
to
you
bring you
ain't
from
talking.
a 6.7 to like an 8 or 9.
I feel like my fitness is lacking.
Okay.
Okay, 1 point.
Fitness is lacking?
No, my appearance, I'm not a 10.
Fitness is lacking?
appearance-wise. I disagree with
Into
the
the
ratings
mic.
people
Into
have.
the mic.
I'm sorry. I disagree with the ratings people have given
Do you know where
themselves.
the rating scale comes from? It's supposed to be if you line up 10 random men and you ask them, would you fuck her? And they were to say yes or no.
Nope.
That's originally where it came
That's
from.
not how. Nope. That's not how
Okay,
that
where'd it come
works.
from? Tell me.
Well, no, I'm being.
The
I'm
10 rating scale.
Educate me where it came from.
That's
if you
not
know,
how
if
that
you know,
works.
tell me.
Just think about
Tell
it.
me.
Think about it intuitively. If a 10 is like a perfect woman, like absolutely maxed out attractiveness.
10 is supposed to be on physical. It's supposed to be on physical attraction
So if we're
only.
talking,
We're not
if we're
supposed to talk
talking
about
physical
personality.
attraction, yeah.
Yes.
If we're talking just physical attraction, 10 is like the most attractive woman you could possibly imagine.
Yes, it's 10 out of 10 for a
anything-
reason because you're lining up 10 and you're counting how many points are you getting. That's why.
What do you mean you're lining up 10? Where
Like
does
you're
lining
supposed
up
to-
10
you're
women come into this?
No, I'm saying 10 men, like, or opposite gender of you. I mean, opposite gender of you. You're supposed to be. It's the point is.
You tracking with this?
Deborah, you guys.
Where did it come from then? Tell me where it came from.
It's like okay, what are you like? If you're a 5, then you're like very like average.
Yes.
If you're like an 8,
because
then
5
you're
out of
like-
10 people would be with you.
No, that's not what that's not what it is.
No, I'm
It's
just
not-
say-
it's
I'm
not
saying
how
on
many
a-
people would be with you. It's not how many people would be with you. It's like 10 is physical perfection.
Yes, I
Wait,
understand that.
okay.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
Not because 10 guys would sleep with you. Like you could have a girl who's like a 7 and 10 guys would all sleep with her. But that doesn't mean that she's a 10. It's
You know,
not
off of
It's not about
attractiveness?
how many men would sleep with you.
Okay, thank you. We're talking about attractiveness. Do you truly believe on a skill base that you're a 6.9?
She said 6.7.
6.7. Yeah.
That honestly would make you a 6 in my eyes.
No, compared to all of the women in the
W
world,
Adblock in
I'm
the
rating
chat.
myself on that scale. Me compared to every woman in the world.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be the same if you said you're a perfect 10 that people are always going to hate. So
I
you
think
may
it's-
as well just go
Okay,
with what
wait,
you
so-
truly believe.
Kiko, going back
you
to
know?
this whole, if you lined up 10 people and if they all wanted to sleep with you, that makes you a 10.
Okay, so they all found you attractive. I was just going.
Yeah,
off
but
of
that's a
like-
binary, yes or no. Are they attractive? However, there's
Yes.
degrees to attractiveness.
Exactly. That's why it's supposed to be like 10 random people, like maybe from all over the world, like not just 10 people from San Francisco or just 10 people from LA. That's the way
I've
to.
never heard this.
Yeah, I've never heard. It's like this. It's like this.
degrees.
If the hottest possible Victoria's Secret model, just
it's-
physical. Hold on, just physical perfection is a 10. How might you compare yourself to her? Do you think
10.
Do you think you're like the most attractive specimen that's ever walked this earth?
I wouldn't say there's.
On
There's
par.
not. Is there not people
On
who are?
par with the most attractive
Can I
specimens
answer?
that have ever walked this earth?
Can I answer?
We give you permission.
Thank you. I mean, he's like keeps shooting things. I mean, hasn't really let me respond.
Just
Sorry.
go ahead.
Yes, but that's saying that there's only one 10 in the world. There's not only one 10. There's
no.
multiple 10s in the world.
That's not.
And
not
I'm
what I'm
up.
saying.
Yeah, I'm saying yes.
The
I
TikTok
will
has
kill
got into
myself.
your brain.
That's it right there. Sean Mays.
Thank
10,
you.
perfect.
Thank you,
9,
Sean.
very beautiful. 8, beautiful. 7, very pretty.
10.
Handsome. 6,
So you're
6, pretty handsome. 5, average. 4, below average. 3, unattractive. 2, very unattractive. 1, hideous. Rate accordingly.
10.
So you think you're like physical
Billy, you're not a
perfection?
6.7. All things
Kiko,
considered.
you're a 10 in delusion.
You don't want me to tell what you are, Brian.
That's right.
Well, I don't think
That's
I'm a
right.
10.
I know that. I would hope not, but that's not
I
what
don't
I'm
think-
saying. I mean,
oh,
overall, you don't want me to tell you what you are.
8.8.
God damn.
I don't know. I think there is an objective attractiveness for people, and I think a lot of that is like the beauty standard. Actually, because I wasn't here for the beginning part, a lot of it comes from the golden ratio. People
Yes.
whose face is the golden ratio and they're
Yep.
symmetrical, that is what attractiveness is.
Yep.
That's why when we see things, we're like, that's aesthetic. It's aesthetic to everyone because
Base.
there's certain things that are pleasing to the eye, like having matching face, a strong jawline, things that's what makes things beautiful. The golden ratio
Yep.
goes
Yep.
back to like ancient days.
Yep.
So I think in that sense, I have some of those things, but also like I don't know who I could name as a perfect 10, because for me at least,
It's objective.
It's hard with looks, because I think like if you're an ugly person, you could be so hot, but I will see you as a 1, because if you're a bad person, it's hard. That's why, like, with the person who's like, when someone opens their mouth, they drop 10 notches, and like, I am a lot about who you are on the inside also determines how I feel about you on the outside.
Are
Which
any
guy taught you
girls,
all this?
Chase, are any girls at this table a 10?
teachers?
No.
Okay, what do you have to say
My
about
dad.
that?
I thought we were rating ourselves factoring
Looks,
like.
it's just looks.
I feel like I'd have a different answer if we
What?
were just saying just
That
looks.
was the question.
See, and I'm the opposite. I would have a different answer if it was overall.
When they asked like
You'd
rate
be
yourself
lower
out of
if it
10,
was
I wasn't
overall?
thinking like just looks, just like yourself, like as a person.
Yeah, no,
too.
your physical appearance.
Do you want me to re-answer?
Yeah.
I would say like 7.
Oh, okay, all right. What about for you? Still 10?
Not just a 10, a fat
Hey,
effing
she's a
10.
baddie all around. Baddies are, it's a full-time job.
I
Certified.
mean,
Into the
Certified.
I still think I'm a
Licensed.
fucking certified baddie 10, whatever. But like, I'm also not gonna come for anybody who has a preference. Like, it is what it is. Like in some people's eyes, I'm probably like a 1. In some people's eyes, I'm a fat fucking 10. So I don't know. I mean, I'm still a fucking
Is there a
10.
comma in that
No.
sentence? Okay. Just,
I feel like no one would date someone they didn't think was or at least marry someone that they
Yeah.
didn't think was a 10, because like, why would you want to be with someone that you're like, I could find hotter?
but don't you think it is delusional to consider yourself a 10? For those of you who rated yourselves a 10,
No.
No.
whether in appearance or total package.
No.
I don't think it's like
I think it's
thinking that you're the
completely
perfect
delusional.
person, but just being like confident.
Dude, any person who says I am a 10 is basically saying I have 0 room for improvement. I'm perfect.
That's
the
not
way
what
that
I
am.
said. I said
No.
10
That's
is
what
perfect.
I hear, though.
Okay, but
that's what
that's
I
why
hear,
I let
and I
myself
think it's
1.2
delusional.
for
But
improvement.
this is what he just when she said that, I clarified if we would ask about our overall personality person as we are as a whole, I wouldn't give myself as a 10. But as attraction level, yeah, I'm peak athleticism, I'm pretty symmetric face. I would give myself a 10 right now. I'm not
Your peak
I can't-
athleticism?
peak.
What's your 40-yard dash?
Yeah, what's your
Peak,
40
How many pull-ups can you do?
How would you word it
Peak
better, Sam?
fitness?
Peak fitness. I'm almost at my peak fitness. Not yet.
I would
That's
say
a lot.
I would say so.
Yeah, so I would give myself a 10 in that way. I'm not improving because you're just saying, oh, you're saying you can't be better. Yeah, I can improve maybe my personality, things about me, but far as looks wise, there's not much improvement that's happening unless I get some outside help.
I
You
do
talking about
think
plastic surgery?
I would not get plastic surgery.
I've only gotten hotter with time. I'm
You
just
think
going
I
to
would
be
get
honest.
plastic surgery, Brian? Wait,
Sam, what would you rate yourself physically out of 10?
Physically out of 10, because I'm like 5'8", I'm like a 5. I think I have a handsome face. It's like a 7, but because I'm so short, I should just join the circus. I'm like a 5. However, physically, I would say like more like a 6. But no, you don't agree, Kiko? What am I on a 10?
no,
How do you
I'm
feel?
not gonna say that. I just think it's terrible to say that about yourself. I
Well,
would never want to date a man
I
who
think
calls
just
because
who's on a platform and
realistic
called himself
appraisal.
Yeah,
a
it's
man.
What
just-
humility.
What
It's
does your
humility.
boyfriend
But I'm
rate
not
himself?
finished.
What is your
I don't know.
boyfriend?
You'd probably rate himself a 10, and I know he's a 10. He's fine.
Can you
as fuck.
text him? Text him and then go ahead.
I would say all things considered, because we're just doing physical attractiveness, but I don't want to do that because as a man, you provide value. There's so much more to a man's personality or to a man than just how he is. I mean, I've heard from women that depending on a man's personality, his like physical frame literally changes for them when he owns who he is and when he brings the right energy. So in that sense, I would say an 8 because I'm not yet where I want to be in life, but I'm getting there. Ideally, you're not going to date anyone below like an 8, and you're going to be, at that point, you're really attracted to someone who's an 8. And then working on that, you can be even more attracted to them based on how their personality is and how you complement
The
one another.
combination, that's what I
But
was
let
saying.
me ask you something. When you look at a guy, and this is for anyone can answer, when you look at a guy, is like what makes him physically attractive kind of having a more feminine, beautiful face to you? Or is it having like more of a rugged, like masculine look? Because I've seen girls look at like 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗂𝘂 Chalamet and look at like these guys that look like they have defined bone structure and they're aesthetic and they have the golden ratio, but they just come off, they have like a skinny
They're
neck
too
and
perfect that
just-
they're ugly.
They're what?
They're too perfect that they're ugly.
Hold on, let's go one by one.
I feel like
Yeah.
teenage girls like
Yeah.
those like 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗂𝘏 Chalamet like type guys. But
Softies.
once they like grow older, they like the like more masculine.